So, as most Sonic fans in 2017 know, we have two major releases coming from Sega this year featuring the Speedy Blue mascot. One of them is, of course, the much-anticipated Sonic Mania that I've talked about ad nauseum. And the other one is, well, Sonic Forces. And in this rant, I'm just going to kind of take a few minutes to talk about why I haven't been talking about Sonic Forces. And to me, it's kind of strange that I'm not more excited about this game, because I've been, super excited about every Sonic game that's come out, really, since, Sonic been right on top of every single reveal that Sega's done for Sonic Mania, every little clue or Twitter feed or whatever. And Sonic Forces, they've revealed some things as well. But for whatever reason, I'm just not that excited about it. And I'm going to kind of talk about that now. Now, when I say not excited, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a bad game. I think I'm going to, obviously I'm going to get it. And I think it'll be enjoyable. And it just kind of, I don't know, it's ironic because when Sega first revealed Sonic Unleashed in 2008 with kind of this super fast gameplay style, the gorgeous graphics, just everything, coming at you at like 300 miles an hour, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And even more so when they did it again in Sonic Generations, and Sonic Colors even had it. And, but then after a few more of these games, and now, on the PS4, I was thinking, that, wow, this is going to be even more whatever. And it just kind of looks like more of the same. It's more Sonic Generations, basically. And Sonic Generations was a great game. I think part of what's hurting Sonic Forces is Sonic Mania, quite frankly. I think that because they revealed these games at the same time, and because just you look at the quality of both of them and the direction of each of them, and in a way they're similar, but in another way they're just so off in different directions. And, one of them is just typical Sega, which, it can be good, can be bad. Sega's gotten kind of a bad name for their Sonic games. Sonic 06 and Sonic Boom were kind of just unmitigated disasters, don't get me wrong. But they've had a lot of good Sonic games, too, and that goes under the radar because it doesn't fit with the whole failing Sonic narrative. But Sonic Forces is kind of just another game that plays it safe. It's a game where you play as Sonic, and, this time they incorporated this custom character feature into it. And, it's a feature that I'm not really excited about, I'm not really mad about, it's just kind of there. And even this custom character pretty much just plays like another Sonic. It's kind of just like another 2D, they say it's a different play style, it just kind of looks like Sonic Colors to me, just kind of a slower 2D platformer. Which, again, it might be good, it might not be good. And that's just kind of the thing, is that it's Sonic Generations, basically, with a darker tone. And the tone is actually kind of what's making this game exciting, but also what's kind of hindering it. And that sounds really weird to say, because I've been waiting for years for a game like this, where Robotnik has taken over the world, and just everything's in disarray. It's quite a change of pace from the usual, Sonic always mocking Robotnik and kind of having the upper hand. This time, Robotnik has finally done it. He's finally completed whatever his master plan was. But now I'm just kind of worried. I'm worried that Sega's story is not going to do this justice. Sonic Adventure to me had probably the best story of any Sonic game, and it was all about Robotnik trying to get that ultimate power to take over the world. And in this game, he's gotten it, and I don't know what it is exactly. I know that there's this new Infinity character, which again has me a little worried. It just seems like Sega's trying to shoehorn a lot of things in here. They brought back Metal Sonic, which is always welcome, but then they also brought back Zavik from Lost World, they brought back Chaos, they brought back Shadow as a bad guy for some unknown reason, and I'm just kind of worried that there's not going to be a decent story to back this up. It's just going to kind of be like, oh, Sonic's fighting them all because it's cool, and, classic Sonic's there because he's there, and there's a custom character that nobody knows because it's there, and, I know story isn't like the end-all, be-all of any, especially Sonic games, it's all about how the game plays. And I've seen how the game plays in plenty of demos, and again, just nothing really blows me away about it. It goes fast, it's got the boost, it has the wisps for some reason, it's got a lot of stuff. And I think the other problem is just kind of the areas that they've chosen to show off. It's always this destroyed city or it's Green Hill Zone. And why is Green Hill Zone in this game again? Why? And why does it look almost the same as Generations? Oh, it has some sand in the background, so now it's a different level? Come on. And I know Sonic Mania is all about taking the old levels and redoing them, but at least they do something with them. And I'll talk about Sonic Mania in a separate rant. I really don't want to go off on Sonic Mania this second, even though I love it. But this game just seems like it's not only just taking Green Hill Zone, but the game design, the level design just looks incredibly flat. It's just Sonic jumping from platform to platform, enemy to enemy. And I know in a way that's what Sonic always has been, But just Sonic Mania does such a better job with it. And I know I'm not supposed to talk about that game, but it's just put them side by side and just tell me which one you'd rather play. And so because of that, Sonic Forces continues to take the back seat. At least until they reveal something else. I'd love for them to show off like some kind of city level, like not Fiery City, but like another type of city level, or like a underground cavern or water level or an ice level, just something else to make me excited about this game, because right now it just doesn't look original at all, even though it features an original character. It just doesn't seem to have an original idea. It just seems to be literally just a mishmash of villains and plots and ideas that have been used before. And even in one of the demo levels, they mentioned the chemical plant. Are they going to bring back the chemical plant again after doing it in Generations and again in Mania? I hope not. As much as I love the chemical plant zone, I don't need to see it again, except maybe this time it'll be destroyed or something, because Robotnik's doing stuff. Again, I like the idea of the game. I like that Robotnik's, getting his moment. He's been an incompetent villain for way too long. I'm kind of afraid he's going to be incompetent in this too, and it's just going to be this Infinity character pulling the strings. But I'd love to see that back, that kind of Sonic versus Robotnik kind of just like arch-enemy nature that made the original game so enjoyable. Robotnik's kind of varied from being a moderate threat to a complete idiot in most of the recent Sonic games. So it would be great to see him be the final boss and be, a lot of the bosses in the game. They did show off a boss with classic Sonic fighting Robotnik that looked decent. Again, just a bunch of retreads. And I don't know if Sega just honestly ran out of ideas or if they're just not trying, like when it comes to these retreads. Like, either one kind of sucks, but it just seems like they've had years to come up with more ideas. Sonic Generations was 6 years ago. Sonic Lost World even had some original ideas in it. And I was even frustrated in that game that Windy Hill looked like every other hill level. But I forgave it because they had a lot of original levels in it. And then Sonic Boom was kind of not even done by Sonic Team. It was done by some other studio. So Sonic Team's had 4 or 5 years to think of new ideas for a new Sonic game. And the best they can do is a sandy green hill zone. And then Sonic Mania has all these cool looking new levels. Okay, I'm not talking about Sonic Mania. But, Sonic Forces to me, again, I'm trying not to be that guy that's just down on the games, because I've loved the games, most of them, in the last 5 or 6 years. So I can't really go back now and say they're doing a bad job because they're making them like those games. But it just, at the same time, I'm not excited about it. It's hard to get excited about something that I've already played 2 or 3 times, and that really just doesn't seem to be doing anything new. And at a certain point, it's almost like just an insult by Sega that they just think that they're just going to throw Green Hill at us again and just kind of call it a day. It really, after a while, it just isn't fun anymore. Even in Sonic Mania, Green Hill Zone looks good, but I could do without it. I know I'm not supposed to talk about Sonic Mania. But Sonic Forces just, it's a game that I think I'll end up enjoying. I really do. I think when it comes out in November or December, whenever it comes out, obviously I'll get it and I'll play it, and I think I'll love certain parts of it, and, it'll be a game. It'll be like Sonic Generations or maybe Sonic Lost World, which I really did like Sonic Lost World. That game actually did try something different. A lot of people didn't like it, but I loved it, and I'll take that over Sonic Forces at this point, just because Sonic Forces hasn't shown me anything. Now, if they reveal a trailer in the next month or so that shows off all these great new levels and, Metal Sonic fighting Sonic somewhere and, the custom character maybe having some deep plot line for why he's helping Sonic, or maybe Robotnik's involved somehow with his custom character, I don't know, something that would really kind of intrigue me, that would be really cool. But unfortunately, I've just kind of lost a lot of faith in Sega, and just seeing that other Sonic game just kind of makes me realize, wow, what Sonic could be. And then seeing what Sega makes, and it's just okay, it's good. It's not glitchy, it's playable, it's fun at times, but it could be so much more. And I see Sonic Forces compared to the other Sonic game, and it's okay, Sonic Forces looks good. It's obviously trying to appease a certain fan base, but is it really the best it could be? Is it really the next 3D Sonic game, the one that will kind of define the next era of Sonic? And we'll see. Again, maybe it'll pleasantly surprise me. Maybe those are just the first couple levels of the game they've shown off, and every other level will be completely out of this world, and the story will be AAA, and, Robotnik will be the king of the world for a little while, and, just every character will have this great moment, and it won't be cliche at all, and all the villains will fit in perfectly, and the levels won't be rehashed at all, except for that 1 or 2, and the music will be great. Actually, the music is pretty good, I'll give it that. And, I don't know. again, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Sega's had a few good Sonic games recently, and a couple not so good ones, but mostly good ones. So we'll see what Sonic Forces has in store. Just wanted to kind of share that whole rant about why I haven't talked about Sonic Forces much when it is also on the docket. I'd love to hear your thoughts as Sonic fans. Are you more excited for Forces or Mania? I know which side of the fence I'm on. I'll be talking more about that later this month. But yeah, Sonic Forces. There you go.